Welcome YouTubers, it's TerrisDWDC here. I'm back trying to get some videos out for you guys, and I figured I would start by, going back to my roots and playing a little bit of World of Warcraft. When I first started my channel, there was a little bit of Minecraft that I did in the day, but I really started building my channel with World of Warcraft quest leveling videos that I was doing. They were live streams that I was doing at the time. Well, now I'm going to dive into a little bit of a video series here. Because it's been like a year and a half since I played World of Warcraft. It was March of 2024 when I last did a live stream of playing WoW. And I haven't played any of the War Within. Of course, they've announced a new expansion coming called Midnight, where there's going to be like player housing and stuff like that. I have not looked into it at all. I haven't really done a lot of digging into it. But I figured now would be a good time to reintroduce myself to World of Warcraft. But I'm going to do it a little bit differently right now. I'm going to roll a character on both Retail and on Classic, and we're going to compare the leveling experience. If you were a brand new player coming to World of Warcraft and you wanted to play in my case, because I've always enjoyed playing Paladin, I'm going to roll a Paladin on both Retail and on Classic, and we're going to compare the two as we level up through the series. We'll start in Elwynn Forest at Northshire Abbey. We will go through the quests there on both Retail and on Classic, and we'll compare the experience of leveling a character from Retail versus Classic. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. So first things first is we've got to get a character going here. So I've rolled a Paladin. TerrisDWDC is the player name. And we're going to just dive in. I just did a random character look on it. And we are going to start at Northshire Abbey. We're going to compare the two of them. So we're starting in Elwynn Forest, and we're going to work through each zone as though you are a brand new player, first time ever playing World of Warcraft. Let's see what it's like. We're diving into Retail, and let's get that opening cinematic up and running here now.
Emboldened by the return of their heroic king, Varian Wrynn, the proud humans of Stormwind led the Alliance to victory in its war against the dreaded Lich King. While successful, the campaign in Northrend proved costly, and the humans now seek to bolster their strategic holdings throughout the world. Under Varian's daring leadership, humanity now braces itself for a renewed conflict with its perennial enemy, the Horde. Yet, as the great cataclysm rips across the world, familiar threats have once again arisen closer to home. It now falls to you to defend the kingdom and uphold the honor of humanity.
Okay, so with this being a brand new character, and I'm approaching this like I'm a brand new player to World of Warcraft, so I'm not going to use my heirlooms, I'm not going to use my chauffeur, I'm going to just play it as though this is the very first time I've loaded a game and I've rolled my very first character, or we're going to see what it's like. We are going, obviously, with a Paladin, because, I like Paladins as a class, and I'm just going to get my hotbars set up. So I have my interface set up exactly how I want it. All right, first things first, we better start off with getting some quests going here. With Marshall, where we've got to run over, and we've got to take care of 6 of the Blackrock wargs. So we're going to go out here and whack on some wargs that are out here, and bit by bit work through these quests. Follow the time lapses as we rip through these. As you can see, it's pretty limiting when you only have one spell that you can attack with, which is your Crusader Strike, and you end up having to auto attack for the rest of the damage because you're not, one-shotting them type things. So first quest is done, and it looks like we get our first gear upgrade as well too, which looks like it might be a set of gloves that we're gonna equip. Little tiny bit of an upgrade, not much. And then, of course, because we got no bag space and we have no money, sell off everything you can when you can get it, and get bags as soon as you can as well too. Now we're gonna take care of some Blackrock spies that are out here. Here's another quick time lapse. 2 quests down, and this should bump us up to level 3 here.
Careful.
Complete quest. We do now have our Judgment, so we can kind of just move our spells around here. So what do we got now? We got Judgment, Crusader Strike, and Shield of the Righteous. Of course, we need to build up on some Holy Power before we can use our Shield of the Righteous, but we have our Judgment now for being able to do range pulls. So we're going to be starting to kill things a little bit faster than what we were initially. Now we got to go talk to Sergeant Willem, and then that's going to lead us to taking care of some kobolds that are out here. Is it kobolds? No, it's not kobolds. That was in Classic. These are goblin assassins that are out here. And then also we've got to talk to Brother Paxton. And that will... we got to revive some Stormwind soldiers out here. So this should get us another level here. That's, yep. We're now level 4.
How are you?
And then this is going to send us back now to go talk to the Marshal again out front. And then that will step us to then have to go over and kill some, what is it now? I can't remember in retail, because it used to be like the Defias guys out there. I think you had to go after. They get their red bandanas. Oh, it's Blackrock Orcs we got to go after now. And then Millie still got a quest out there, except for you're putting fires out, where I think in Classic you got to get a bunch of grapes and bring back her harvest for her. Another quick turn in on those 2 completed quests.
See you around.
That's another level 5 for us now, and it looks like we did get Hammer of Justice as well too. So we do have another attack for us. And then this one here is going to be, we got to go kill Kurtok, which is some named dude that is just off over to the distance here. So this here should be a pretty straightforward knockout on this.
I need to get closer.
And a little bit of auto attack as we wait for our cooldowns. And there's another quest done. So we turn that quest in with Marshal McBride here, and then he's going to tell us to head off to Stormwind. We are going to take a one-handed on this main hand.
Bless you.
Accept the reward. We might as well equip that because that is going to be additional damage that we will get off of that versus the mace we had.
Well met.
Quick little vendor sale because, yeah, we've got nothing in our inventory. We now have a bag. We have an extra bag that we're toting around. We got that from Millie Osworth here when we completed that quest. It was one of the rewards was getting a bag for it. As we head out of the Abbey here in the Northshire Valley, there is another quest just outside the gate here that leads us towards, basically says go talk to the innkeeper in Goldshire. So we're going to grab that quest, and then next stop is Goldshire. We'll talk to the innkeep, we'll turn in that one quest, and that's where we're going to pause right there, and then we are going to dive into Classic and do the exact same thing.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for the quest, and let's get to the inn. All right, we've arrived at the inn in Elwynn Forest in Goldshire. We will talk to the innkeep here. We're going to turn in that quest.
See you around.
And we will mark the end of this journey here by clicking accept and making this our primary home. Now, if we go /played, it took us 18 minutes and 53 seconds to go from level 1 to level 5 and get out of Northshire Abbey and down to Goldshire Inn. Now we're going to do the exact same thing in Classic World of Warcraft and compare the differences. Okay, now we're here in Classic, and we are... Actually, I want to randomize the look of this guy. Let's go female again. Do the exact same comparison. There we go, and we will TerrisDWDC as well. Accept. All right, now we're diving in, and we're going to run the opening cinematic again here for Classic. You'll find that it's a longer one and a different story you're initially running with.
The noble humans of Stormwind are a proud, tenacious race. Though the recent invasion of the demonic Burning Legion decimated their sister kingdom of Lordaeron, the defenders of Stormwind stand vigilant against any who would threaten the sanctity of their lands. Nestled in the foothills of Elwynn Forest, Stormwind City is one of the last bastions of human power in the world. Ruled by the Child King Anduin Wrynn, the people of Stormwind remain steadfast in their commitment to the Grand Alliance. Backed by their stalwart allies, the armies of Stormwind have been called away to fight the savage horde on distant battlefields. With the armies gone, the defense of Stormwind now falls to its proud citizens. You must defend the kingdom against the foul mongrels that encroach upon it, and hunt down the subversive traitors who seek to destroy it from within. Now is the time for heroes. Now humanity's greatest chapter can be told.
All right, here we are in Classic. You'll notice that the interface is significantly different. We do have some additional hotbars and stuff that are available for us. But the other thing too is we now basically are going to be relying on seals and stuff for some of our buffs. But I don't even have like really any attack skills at all, other than when I'm starting off. I could do just attack, just regular attack, and then I can have a seal running that does give me an additional 1 to 4 holy damage. So and it only lasts for like 30 seconds at a time. So I got a feeling it's going to be a lot slower killing things in this. So the first quest here is we got to speak with Marshall McBride again. So the same dude who's been chilling here for the last 25 years or 21 years, I guess it is.
King's honor.
Handing out quests.
Go with honor, friend. Be careful.
Quest is, so we got to kill, now see it's Cobalt Vermin that we got to go after.
For the Alliance.
For our first initial quest here, rather than it being Goblinkin. And we're not starting off with the wolves. I think we do end up doing wolves later, but for now, it's Cobalt Vermin. As you see, we did level up right there. We're now level 2 out here, but as you can tell too, it is taking forever to take these guys out. And you'll notice here in the combat log that's happening that we're leveling skills in two-handed maces, and we're leveling skills in defense as well too. So we're not necessarily doing as much damage as we could at once because our skill level is so low. So it does take us a lot longer just to, develop ourselves as an actual player in Classic than what it did in the current retail version. And now that we've hit level 2, you can see we've got a new quest that's out there. We're going to talk to Marshall McBride, and he's actually going to tell us now that we need to go and take a letter to our trainer. We're basically got to train to get our new spells and abilities, where in retail you just automatically get them. Well, back in Classic days, you had to go to a trainer every 2 levels to be able to get your new spells and stuff that you're going to be using for combat or healing or whichever way you end up going with your character. And our Paladin healer should be just kind of tucked in around the corner here, or Paladin trainer.
Light be with you.
Complete quests.
Be careful.
And of course, it also costs you money to train as well too. So what do we got here? Devout Aura. So we'll be able to get an aura where we can do we get 55 additional armor to the party. So it's not just us; it's to anybody in our party. I think that's just like a running aura until we die. It's not on the time limit or anything like that. So we are training for that. So we'll be able to take a little bit more of a beating, but we still don't have any like attack skills at all. The Seal of the Righteous gives us like additional holy damage. Holy Light is a healing one. And then of course we now have the aura, and you'll notice that there's an aura bar here as well too. So now we've got additional 55 armor skill. Okay, we've gathered up a few more quests here, and if you open up your quest log, I think it's shift right click on them, you can be tracking those quests. And it basically just brings them up on the screen here and let you know how many of each you still need to get. But it doesn't do anything on the mini-map of where to find these things that you've got to go after. They're up there. So one of them is we've got to gather tough wolf meat, and then we've got to go get kobold workers, which are again more of the kobolds that are outside. There's a cave up here just north of us that they will eventually work our way into. And then there's the red burlap bandanas that we got to get off of the Defias guys that are off over to the east side here. So. As you saw in that little time-lapse clip, we did hit level 3, but there's no training available to us for level 3. We're going to wait till level 4. So now we're heading after the timber wolves out here. You can see from the likes of this time lapse, auto attacking to get anything to go down is ridiculously slow. It is a grind. I can't believe I ever leveled a paladin as a character in classic. Like, holy smokes, I don't ever remember it taking that long to be able to do anything at all. It's ridiculous. But we're cranking out a couple more quests here. I don't think I'm going to have enough experience to hit level 4 yet.
Bless you.
So we're going to go back up and we're going to take care of the cobalt laborers up here. as you can see, we did hit level 4 as we were killing those laborers up there.
Well
and
met.
now we are going to, let's see, the boots look like they're a pretty significant upgrade. We're going to grab the
Inventory is
boots
full.
for, oh, my inventory's full. I can't turn in the quest without room in my inventory.
I supply only the finest goods.
Oh, first things first, let's just
Careful.
double check to make sure that nothing that we've picked up as far as loot is an upgrade for us. It looks like the pants are an upgrade. The belt is not. That belt is not. That's not going to be. Technically those boots are, but we're going to get a better set of boots here pretty quick. Oh, we got some bracers we weren't even wearing yet. Okay, we can vendor off the rest of
What are
this
you looking for?
trash. Get rid of the junk. And you know what? I'm actually going to keep the water because mana hasn't been an issue yet, but mana might be an issue in the future. So I'm just going to hold on to that water for a little bit. As you can see, though, coin is going to be a problem. We are not making bank in Classic at all. And now we've got a quest to report to Goldshire, but I'm pretty sure we've got some more quests we got to take care of here first before we are taking off to Goldshire. Because we haven't finished Deputy Wilhelm's quest that he wants done. Which is, this is a gather quest. We got to get burlap bandanas off of the Defias guys that are out here. It's a grind, but before we do that, here I've already forgotten, we hit level 4. I have to train. I got to get my new spells. You do have to remember to, every 2 levels, come back to your trainer. So we're going to get Blessing of Might now, and we are getting Judgment. So this is going to be another attack ability for us. And we are going to be using that one quite often, so... Blessing of Might is an instant cast, places a blessing on a friendly target and increases melee attack by a power of 20 for 5 minutes. So this is a buff that we can give ourselves every 5 minutes that's going to increase our attack ability. And then of course Judgment unleashes a energy as seal spell upon enemies. Refer to individual seals for judgment effects. So it's an instant cast. I want to feel like that operates a little bit differently than what we had before. And this is a buff. Blessing of Might. So we get that right away. Increases our melee attack power. And you're going to notice too here as well. Skills. Where are we at here? Defense skills, 16 of 20. Maces, 6 of 25. Well, we're using a two-handed mace right now. We've maxed out our two-handed mace skill. So we should probably keep an eye at getting another mace. Maybe we should do some unarmed skilling, but it becomes kind of important later on to skill your unarmed because there are potential for getting like disarmed attacks. And if you're unarmed, then you can still kind of do some type of damage. That's something to keep in mind when you're playing Classic is... every once in a while, maybe level up that skill. I don't think it takes very long. If you could find a target to a mob that you could just beat on for a while, it wouldn't take long to be able to level that up. Okay, let's have a look at, now that I remember this, the Judgment kind of releases the energy of a seal. So we're going to have our seal going here. And then we are going to launch our Judgment, and it did 20 damage to it. But of course our seal is gone now, so we have to re-enable our seal to get that damage back. And then release it again on the next target. So these two work together. You basically expend the energy of the one to have that little bit of a larger boost of attack. This is also what it's going to be like for unarmed combat leveling. So I'm going to unequip. Oh, I gotta wait till this mob is done. If you're in combat, you can't disarm. You can't remove your weapon when you're in combat, so we're just gonna wait and get these guys done. Oh, I'm now getting attacked on all sides here. This is not good. 3 mobs at once. I'm surviving it though. Like we are able to take a little bit more of a beating than what we were
Too
before.
far away.
Okay, let's just throw this in our bag here. Remember too, you gotta loot all your mobs. You can't just loot one and gather all of them. If in retail, if you've killed like 3 or 4 mobs and they're close together and you loot one, it loots all of them at once. In Classic, that doesn't happen. So we're gonna pick on a mob over here. We're gonna do some quick, see how long it takes to level up our unarmed combat. So we just did 6 damage, 4 damage. This is gonna be a little bit of a grind, but as you can see, we're already skilling up unarmed combat. So it's always best, take some time, do it. Just work on getting that skill up. And hopefully we get a one-handed mace here at some point too, that we can skill that up as well. Because it does go up, I think, by like 5 points every level. So take your time, level that ability. Okay, we got the burlap bandanas done, and also we completed getting
Need something?
our unarmed combat all the way done. See, now we're gonna get I'm gonna grab the single-handed mace here, because now we're going to level up that.
See you around.
We gotta go do a quest for Millie now. That's gonna be going and getting the grape harvest that's out there, and we gotta kill Godric Padfoot and bring his head back. So we got a named guy over there that we gotta go after. And what are we, level 5 now? We are level 5, so there's no point in heading to the trainer at this particular moment, but we will maybe have a look at our inventory here and see if there's some things that we need to get rid of. The glove is an upgrade. The back is not. Boots are not. Yes, the boots are an upgrade. We're kind of a mixed match of whatever we happen to be picking up, because loot is not very common, and we're selling that off. Okay, now I'm going to switch to our character screen here and open my bag. We're going to put back the two-handed mace, and we're going to equip the one-handed and the shield. Of course, our damage is going to suck for the first little bit because our skill is only 6 of 30, but as you can see now that we did level up there, now I've got 5 more points in defense I gotta get, 5 more points in two-handed mace, 5 more points in unarmed that we've got to level. These are all things that you can skill up, and I believe there's even some achievements for getting those maxed out as well. Because I want to say by this point, just before Burning Crusade, they did start bringing achievements into the game. But I could be mistaken about that. But they might not be available until you hit level 10, I think. We'll find out as we start moving along through this series. I went out there and started killing mobs to go and start doing Millie's quest, but I forgot to actually talk to Millie to get the quest, so we didn't step that portion of it. There's these small little portions that you've got to do to be able to step the quest. You got to remember that. Do pay attention. If I had noticed the quest tracker, but of course it doesn't pop up on the minimap until you're really close to them, where in retail they would put an arrow saying, hey, you got to go over there to talk to that person.
Good day to you.
They don't do that in Classic. You got to pay attention, because now I got to go and get the 8 crates. I went to go loot one of the crates and I realized, oh, hey, you can't pick that up because you didn't talk to Millie because you're a dumbass. So yeah, that's a thing, but we did get a bag out of the deal. So I guess that's something. We've got some more inventory room that we can play with. So now that we got Millie's quest done, we'll go and turn it in, and then she's going to step us out to be able to go talk to someone up on the top of the peak up there, or the tower.
Safe travels.
To be able to get, we get, looks like a belt and a cloak out of it that we're going to grab from up there. Of course, you got to, this is a little bit of a time sink because you got to run all the way up to the top there, and it's a spiral staircase up. It basically, I feel like it's designed to keep you in the game a little bit longer rather than just plow it through. I feel it's a little bit of what they would call a time sink. Not to mention all the grinding we've had to do just to get our skill points up and our various, you know, levels up, and then the amount of gather quests that we've had to do where you had to actually get an item from something versus just killing something, and they're not 100% drop rate. So it's definitely more gauged towards slowing you down rather than pushing you to the end of the game, is what Classic feels like. Brother Niels, we get to turn in the quest here, and this is where we get our... Oh, we have to pick one. Well, we already got a cloak that's fine, so we're going to go with the belt, because the belt is actually an upgrade for us. So we are going to equip that belt. It's a little bit better than what we were sporting before. And then back down the spiral staircase. And then I believe we've got to turn in... See, I haven't been tracking my log. We actually didn't go and do the named dude. We got to go after the named guy. And I'm sporting a shield and mace for that now, just because it does make us a little bit more resilient. We don't die quite as fast when we've got a little bit extra armor with the shield sporting us, as well as we can attack a little bit faster. We don't do as much damage each individual attack, but we do attack faster. So this is the guy we got to go after. Of course, there is 2 of them there, but it should be fairly straightforward because we're kind of handling 2-3 mobs no problem right now. So I don't anticipate this being too much of a battle. I do recall my blessing of might I haven't been dealing with, so we should grind through. Yeah, we get a little bit more damage. It does make a difference when you've got that blessing of might happening. This should be our final quest turn in before we start heading down to Goldshire. I know this has taken us a lot longer than it should have. Wow, none of this is an actual upgrade for us. That really sucks. So now, oh, you know what? Classic doesn't tell you what it sells for. I'm going to assume the chess piece is probably going to sell for the most. There's another little thing that you take for granted under retail now is the fact that, hey, you could look at your loot and say, okay, where am I going to get the most bank out of selling something that's a loot reward rather than, using it when it's completely useless to us. But we got some trash we got to get rid of here. I'm going to keep the two-handed mace that we've got. The rest of this stuff is all just junk. We can get rid of every single piece of it. We have 3 whole silver to our name. 3 silver, 18 copper. That is so sad.
Bless you.
That is so brutally sad. All right, so our only quest now is to head to Goldshire. But I do believe there is another quest here, just like there was in retail, where it's like, hey, go talk to the innkeeper at Goldshire. And it's basically teaching you how to interact with the inns and be able to set your Hearthstone at an inn location, which is why they've got this quest in place here. It's to encourage you to understand the mechanics of the game. And we are approaching the inn. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to head into the innkeeper. We're going to turn in the quest there. I think we're even going to get another level. Oh, we got to select our reward. We're going to take the water. Yes, we did get another level, and we are setting this in as our home. Now, /played. That took 1 hour and 2 minutes versus 15 minutes before. With that said, we are level 6, so we are 1 level higher, but keep in mind that Classic WoW is a level cap of level 60. The current version of game, The War Within, level cap is level 80. So Classic WoW, or the first part of World of Warcraft in retail, is probably only worth like 30 levels. So we're like 10% of the way through the levels right now in the game at what the level cap is, and where on the flip side, where you're like in that zone area, we're like maybe 20% of the way through the levels in 15 minutes, where here we're 10% of the way through in an hour. Like it took us basically 4 times longer to get to the exact same point as where we are as far as levels and questing. And of course, because we just hit another level, now I've got 5 more defense points I gotta get, 5 more mace points, and 2-handed mace points, and unarmed combat that I need to continue leveling. There you have it. We have showing you the difference between Classic World of Warcraft and Retail World of Warcraft as you're starting a brand new character right from scratch. In Goldshire, we're using Goldshire as an example, or the Elwynn Forest as an example, a human Paladin. It's a grind leveling a Paladin in Classic. I forgot how much of a grind it was to do that, because you basically just auto attack. Oh, I could throw a judgment and I'll throw my seal back up. Now it's auto attack. Where at least you have some spells to start off with that do a little bit more damage in retail. Let me know what you guys think of this series. Do you want me to keep going with this? Do you want me to match leveling our retail and our classic tunes at the exact same time and see how it plays together and see just how much longer it takes us to get to that max level versus current retail? So reach down, hit that like button on the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel, ring that notification bell so you can be notified when I've uploaded a new video. With that all said, guys, you have yourself a good one, and we will see you in the next video. Ciao for now.